from Afghanistan. This is part of our Bearing Witness series where we hear from people in the field directly from the grassroots. And we're so excited to share this space with you today with some very special speakers who are living and working in Afghanistan about their experiences there in Afghanistan. I'm going to give a brief overview of the event. So first off, we are recording this event. However, the breakout sessions will not be recorded. So you will have privacy in the breakout sessions. So first we'll have two short videos that will give some context. And then we will hear from our three speakers. The speakers are here on the call with us live. However, due to unstable internet connections, we will be showing a pre-recorded version of their speeches. However, when we go into the breakout sessions, you will be able to interact live with the speakers. So I hope that you think of lots of questions for them. We ask that everyone please stay on mute to ensure the best quality for everyone on the call. Although when you go into the breakout session, you can take yourself off mute and interact with the speakers. In the breakout sessions, you will be guided by volunteer facilitators from the Rotary Peace Fellowship Alumni Association. I'll be putting some information in the chat box about the Alumni Association, so look for that, and we encourage you to check out our website. We'll be posting the video of this event on the website, and we have videos of past events as well as information about upcoming events, which I'll also be posting in the chat box. I want to give a thank you to Elsa Marie da Silva from the Red Dot Foundation for providing technical support for this event, and to Bill Rintz from Rotary International for providing marketing support, and also to the event organizers, Savinj Demirci and Spencer Long from the Rotary Peace Fellow Alumni Association, as well as to our volunteers, and most especially to our speakers, Afghans who are living and working in Afghanistan and have graciously devoted their morning to educating us about their experience on the ground there. So now, first off, we will see two very short videos that will give us some context about the speakers which we are about to hear from. So the first video that we will watch will be entitled Afghan Peace Talks, What's at Stake for You? Followed by the second video, Residents of Helmand begin 400-mile walk to Kabul for peace. All right, so let's start with the first video.
دانستیم که در بخش تعلیم در تأسیس یک مکتب خصوصی و لیسه خصوصی نقش داشته باشیم و در بخش تحصیلات عالی هم بتونیم زمینه تحصیلات عالی را به جوانان و به ویژه برای دختران مساعد بسازیم. ترس و دغدغه‌ای که هست از دست دادن این دستاوردها هست. چیزی که ما به خاطر دارم از دوران تلخ طالبان و دوران تاریک طالبان، خاطرات تلخی که بدون شک تمام افغان‌ها به ویژه زنان و خاطرات را در ذهن خود دارن. چیزی که باید دارم می هست که عمه و چند دختر کاکایم به دلیلی که محروم بودن از سواد ولی علاقمندی شدید داشتن به فرا گرفتن درس و دانش، اعضای خانواده خواستن که زمینه دانش اندوزی را برشان مساعد بسازن و یک استاد شخصی گرفتن برای اونا. در اون زمان چون استاد نبود و این فعالیت ها ممنوع بود، استادی که از او استفاده کردن یک در حقیقت یک نرس بود که در اون منطقه یک آقای بود که نرس بود و فعالیت‌های صحی را انجام میداد. هر روز با ترس و دلهره یک جا بود به دلیلی که میگفتن مبادا طالبان خبر شون از این حقیقت که ما درس میخوانیم و بهانه آمدن به خاطر پیچکاری در حقیقت یک بهانه هست و ما درس میخوانیم، مبادا مانع این فعالیت شون و این ترس و دلهره متاسفانه که یک روز به حقیقت پیوست و اونا از این مسئله مطلع شدن و مانع آمدن استاد به خانه ما شدن. حتی در حکومت بعد از طالبان هم محروم بودیم به دلیل افکار طالبانی که حاکم بود در جامعه. اما سنت شکنی و تابو شکنی اینجا صورت گرفت از طرف خانواده و به ویژه پدرم که تصمیم گرفتن که من تنها دختر از منطقه ما، از ولسوالی ما، برم به صنف درسی پسرانه بشینم و این در حقیقت یک کار بسیار بزرگ و یک چالش بسیار. از زمانی که بحث مذاکرات صلح شروع شد، مردم ما از طبقات مختلف خطوط سرخ خود تعیین کردند. مسئله آموزش و پرورش و تحصیل به عنوان اساسی ترین حق شهروندان به هیچ عنوان قابل معامله و قابل از دست دادن نیست و هیچ عقل سلیمی را نمیپسنده و ایره قابل یا آماده پذیرشش نیست، به هیچ عنوان قابل قبول بر ما نیست. است که یک عامل این مسئله باشه تا در راست دقت زیاد شود که آیا واقعا فکر طالبان تغییر خورده یا نه. طالبان در ادعا میگن این مسئله را، اما متاسفانه ما کمتر در عمل دیدیم که افکارشان تغییر خورده باشه، به دلیلی که همه روزه ما شاهد با آتش گرفتن مکاتب زیاد هستیم. در مناطق مختلف میبینیم که اجازه فعالیت های علمی و تعلیمی داده نمیشه، مکاتب زیاد بسته هستند و از یک طرف اگر به پسران اجازه میدن که در مکتب برن، اما تهدید و مانع اصلی که در نقاط دوردست افغانستان برای رفتن دختران به مکتب هست در حقیقت طالبان پنداشته میشن و این مسئله یک از نگرانی های مهم هست و باید در مذاکرات صلح موضوع در نظر گرفته شود.
All right, let's go into the next video. Spencer, if you could project the next video.
غوښتنه مو دا د وروستی حد موږ د روژې میاشت ورته ټاکلې ده. د روژې په میاشت کې دا باید چې ومنل سي او یو سوله ییز اختر ولرو.
وصلو چې دواړه لوري تر اوسه صلح کولو ته چمتو نه دي، نو ځکه مو بیا د منځ لاره غوره کړله. زموږ عمومي هدف د حرکت عمومي هدف دا دی چې په افغانستان کې د نور هیڅ انسان نه وژل کیږي.
I'm trying.
All right, thank you. So I'd now like to remind everyone to please stay on mute. And I'm going to introduce Sevinç Demirci, a Rotary Peace Fellow from Turkey. Sevinç has worked in Afghanistan 4 times as a humanitarian worker. And during that time, she's developed a great sympathy and love for the Afghan people. And she will be introducing our speakers. So let me pass the floor over to Sevinç. Thank you.
And thank you, Florence. So welcome, everyone. We have 3 speakers. First speaker is Miss Nasima Omari, and she's working with Cordate since 2015 as an advocacy advisor. And she's also founder for the Women Capacity Building and Development Organization. And she's working in different sectors within the 10 years of working experience. And now she's working mainly monitoring women, peace and security in Afghanistan, and also inclusive security, justice and security justifies a profile. Now she's going to talk about gender and women condition after peace talk. Nasima Omari. Spencer is for you now.
Nasima, you might have to unmute yourself.
Assalamu alaikum. Thank you so much for your kind facilitation, dear Saloni. First and foremost, I would like to thank the Rotary Peace Fellowship Alumni Association. I would also convey my special thanks to Ms. Seving for providing me with the opportunity to speak on behalf of Afghan women during this important and crucial time. As you may appreciate, Afghan women have a long way to go, and this is a very important time for us to recognize the gain that we made since 2001 and to build on that. Indeed, we are in a time that most of the countries are celebrating the 20th anniversary of UNHCR 3025. While the citizens of Afghanistan, we are facing numbers of increased violence, gunmen attack on our educational institution. Less than 2 weeks ago, there was horrendous attack, killed many of Afghan young and promising students at Kabul University. It's no longer a matter of being woman or being a man, being girl or being a boy, attending a school, a student, attending university, a teacher, providing education for children, journalists, bringing unfiltered news, a road worker or a pedestrian. No one is safe any longer. We do not know if we will return home after shopping to the market, after going to bazaar or going to work. So this is very painful for us. This continued insecurity is very much painful, and it is the silence that surrounds it is also more than the pain that we are feeling right now. We seem to have given up in tolerating the vicious cycle of violence and the evil that is inhuman and not aligned with the teaching of Islam in Afghanistan. However, we are hopeful that intra-Afghan peace and negotiation will bring hope in Afghanistan, will bring peace back in Afghanistan, so everyone can live in peace and harmony and pursue their dreams. We hope that the ceasefire may be agreed soonest, but the stop and endless of the nightmare of having the numbers of attacks, the news that is also about the attacks on the insurgency, that mothers lost their hope that whether their sons can return home or not, their husbands, their sons, and everyone is worrying about the peace process and what will be the future of Afghanistan. Unfortunately, the history of Afghanistan shown that the peacemaking efforts sometimes they collapse very quickly and the renewed conflict starts. So this is the reality in Afghanistan, that today is also not very much different. Corruption, weak institution, big role of law, poverty, lack of adequate security, peace and security in Afghanistan, high literacy rate, patriarchal barriers, and also misinterpretation of Islam. These are the biggest challenge that we are facing in Afghanistan at many levels. Working toward future of Afghanistan and for a dignified Afghanistan for all. We want the women of Afghanistan to have freedom, to be educated without fear, to go to work and have the expectation to return to home safely. Women should enjoy their constitutional right and have the right to be chosen and also to choose their future and participate in every process of life, in economic, in political, in social process, and they want to be participated in all these processes equally. We call on the peace fellows to stand strong with their Afghan sisters and to call for the ceasefire in Afghanistan. We call on the international community to push for both parties for ceasefire and ask them to stop killing of innocent people while they are negotiating the peace agreement. We women of Afghanistan deserve sustainable peace. We deserve the durable peace. We deserve the peace that guarantee human rights and also the equality for all, including women, including children, including youth in Afghanistan. In making our demands known, we know that we are supported by evidence that shows that meaningful inclusion of the women can bring durable peace in Afghanistan. We also know that involvement of the mediation and by UN and UN peacekeepers that love peace and also they can help with instrumental in releasing the inclusion of women in the peace process, and also they can ensure that the gender duly mainstreamed, and also this is also being considered in peace settlements. Indeed, making women's rights a bargaining tool will not benefit anyone, even if they bring gain for the political parties. That will be very for short time. It will not stay longer, and it will be painful for Afghanistan. Also, it's also painful for us to accept these kind of deals. to keep all parties accountable. This is something that we need to think about the peace agreement, that the language of the gender mainstreaming should be there, the language that supports women, peace and security in Afghanistan to be there, and this language to be monitored within the peace agreement implementation process, because we need to monitor the process that is already agreed and also promised, and the agreement that made in Doha or any other countries, that the peace negotiation can continue or may continue. In advocating for our equal right, for our fair right and inclusive peace process, I remain hopeful that girls and women of Afghanistan someday can be free, and they can be safe, and they can pursue their dreams, and they can realize their dreams and ambitions, and they can expect that whenever they go to streets, whenever they go to the shops, to bazaar, for any kind of participation, they can return home safely. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much, Nasim Omari. Now we have second speaker, and Mr. Fahim Rahimi. And he is the assistant of professor at Nangarhar University, the Department of English and Peace Studies. And he's also a PhD scholar in the Andhra University in India. And he has so many activities, and he works as an international editor in the American Journal and Research Initiative. And now he's also working with the local NGOs as a regional coordinator for the Afghan for Progressive Thinking organization. Now, today he is going to talk on what is the current community-based peace activities, and floor for the Mr. Fahim Rahimi. And we are going to listen him as an audio record. And Spencer, please put that video. Thank you.
Greeting one and all. This is Fahim Rahimi from Afghanistan, and I will talk about the community-based processes in peace building inside Afghanistan. I am so happy to be in this webinar, and I am so thankful for all the audience who are listening our voice. To start with, I will talk about a system which is only exists in Afghanistan, and we call it Jarga. Jarga is a system which is very common in Afghanistan, especially Pashtun tribe. And through this Jarga, most of the community-based conflicts have been solving by elders of a community. For example, if there is fight between two farmers, so the community elders make a jarga, an assembly, and take the decision for the betterment of both sides. And whenever they take this decision, so they take the responsibility and authority from both sides, and they agree upon an agreement that will be a peace deal for both sides. The second most important community-based process which help peace building is the youth associations. For example, in my districts, which named Kuskunar in Nangarhar province of Afghanistan, we have Kuskunar Youth Educational and Culture Association, which main aim is to educate the people and to awaken the youths and to give a public awareness to the people as well, because due to the lack of education and bad traditions, most of the people, especially women and girls, are the victims of violence. There was a time we used to not let our girls to go to schools, but fortunately, with our activities and our motivation and our awakening process, made it possible to send girls to schools and even to higher education. I will provide you a very good example of myself. There was a lady who passed the entrance exam to university, and she selected English department, and currently she's senior students now. But his brother was not allowing her to study in this department because there's a distance between the university and the district, and the girl should stay in hostel, and the brother wouldn't allow her. So what happens, I discuss with her brother in very details, and I give a confirmation, and I give a kind of motivation to her brother, and make this girl to stay in hostel and study. Unfortunately, he is now a senior student in English department. Beside of this, if some small conflicts happens in schools or in other areas, so our youth association make a contribution to these conflicts and pave a way for peace. In addition to this, we run some campaigns like blood donation campaign, plantation of trees, and making sport events with the message of peace, how to spread peace and happiness among different tribes, different youths, and different school students as well. And beside of this, we have civil societies which lead some peace processes, not like in formal way, but in a very informal way, but the contribution is so high. Civil society makes some debates, some conferences, some workshops for promoting the culture of peace. um, I will give a very good example of Afghans for Progressive Thinking, an organization which established in 2010 and work with university students around the country. And one of the main goal of this organization is to promote the culture of peace, openness, respect, and tolerance among young generation. I was regional coordinator for this organization in Eastern Zone, and we conduct some debates, excuse me, and dialogue between students in order to promote the culture of tolerance. In these dialogues, we have students from different tribes from around the country to 34 provinces of Afghanistan, with different language background, with different culture background. And today they come on a stage and they debate on some topics in a very peaceful way. And we spread this message of brotherhood and sisterhood in the university campus. And recently, USIP launched peace centers in some of the university. Luckily, one of the centers in Nangarhar University, where I teach peace and conflict resolution course. Through this course, we teach the freshman student in different disciplines about peace and conflict resolutions, and we talk about how peace is possible and how to avoid small conflicts and what are the best policies to be used, and this give a very good result. Before some years, university students, especially Nangarhar University students, they used to block the roads and make demonstration against government, against some political parties, against some issues which were motivated by some parties. But today, luckily, we have programs that students are so busy in debating, in championships, in sport events, and so many other extracurricular activities. And this is all because of this peace and conflict resolution course and the programs we run to promote the culture of peace and openness in universities. And I believe that those students who study in these universities, when they go back to their societies, their homes, so they will give this message of peace to the society and family members. Because whenever I start teaching peace, I say peace start within self. Once you start peace within yourself, then you can spread it to your family. And when you spread to the family can spread to the society. And if a society is in peaceful environment, then the message can go around the country. And I believe once the youth's mind change from war to peace, so they can bring positive peace to the society, because youths are the direct victims and actor of violence. And if they think about peace and they proceed the peace process, they would they will be the heroes of peace in Afghanistan. So I totally believe that the young generation will lead the peace process in a very positive way, uh, because they suffer a lot, they born in war, they rise in war, and they live in war. So they suffer a lot, and now they think about the peace, about happiness, and how to deal with these processes. Uh, in my personal opinion, I am so hopeful for the next generation that they will live in peace because of the today's struggle of youths in these processes. However, uh, our young generation is not in top authority to deal with the peace process which is going on in Doha, and unfortunately there is no youth representative who can talk and who can discuss about the current situation of young generation inside Afghanistan. But still I am so hopeful that the young generation will bring positive peace because of their struggles and because of their suffering from wars and conflicts. And the most important factor behind this is the education, because nowadays our people are getting um, BA, BC, masters, and PhD as well. And I believe that one day we will be at the table, and then we will convert on the table, and one day our youth will turn the table. And when once we turn the table, then we will uh, work so hard for maintaining the peace, because bringing peace might be easy, but maintaining peace is very very important. And I believe on this generation, in these youths, that they can maintain this generation. Thank you for listening, and thank you for giving your valuable time to us. Wish you a peaceful life.
Okay, thank you so much for him, Rahimi. It was excellent. So now, third speaker, I'd like to announce. His name is Mr. Mahmoud Ser Ashraf. He's the DVM, and he has a DVM and MC master degree in the animal and veterinary science. And he's working in the international company as a livelihood livestock advisor. And he has experienced 13 years, and with the different provinces. At the moment, he's traveling like 24 provinces at that insecure areas. and is mainly working for the IDPs and refugees, and plus for the income generation activities, animal, livestock, and also agricultural development. Now, today he's going to talk about the what is the grassroots people concern after the peace talk. Now we are going to listen to Dr. Mahmoud Sher Ashraf from the record audio. Thank you, Spencer.
Hello everyone, and welcome to participate in the webinar, which in my idea is too much important for Afghan people as well as neighboring countries and international stakeholders, because they want a peaceful Afghanistan. Actually, all the people of Afghan wanted to have a peaceful country and test this situation. The peace, we all know that a dream for Afghans along the decades that unfortunately we couldn't reach yet. Hopefully, this peace-talking process that is running in Doha has a good result for us and change our life positively. Although it has its own difficulties, challenges, problems, and from other side the people has their own concerns about. We have a lot of examples in this regards, like the peace-talking process started long time ago, and still they are in the preparation stage. They couldn't reach to have a proper procedure to talk about the main issues that are necessary for a peace process, and the people want it. Like, stop the fighting. Still, the fighting is running between government military and the Taliban in most of the provinces in the country. That is very bad for the people and will damage the peace process talking. Stop the other incidents like explosions, large and small, complex attacks, gunshots, etc. And from the people concerned side, the people are not concerning about the issues like the participation percentage of the Taliban and current government, who will be the leader, and other issues like this. The main concern of the people is the behavior of Taliban after finalizing the peace talk and joining them with the government. That will have the effect on public and individual life of the people. In my idea, it will have the good and bad effect on the people life. Firstly, if the Taliban join with the current government and accept it with laws, regulations, policies, even they wanted to change gradually these laws and regulations based on their mind, it will be very good. I'm thinking that joining them in this norm will be very good for me and the other people like me, because currently we are facing many problems. For example, when I leave my home to go to the work, I'm not sure that I go back to home normally, because I will face many problems. I'm thinking that I will face to any explosion, to any robber, thief, and other difficulty. Even when I reach to my work area and the safe place, still I'm under stress, because I'm thinking about my children that are in the school. Are they safe? Or any other close relatives like my wife and other family members and that are in the bazaar or workplace or somewhere that I'm thinking about. After joining the Taliban, will remove or will decrease this kind of bad situation, because we have the experience from their past government that they are able very well to control this situation. From other side, when the Taliban join with the government, there will no reason for fighting and will be not any fighting. Therefore, the money that is expending for fighting, either from Taliban side or from government side, will be an investment for us. If the government manage them, we will have many projects for improvement and development in different ways and places. When we have the projects for implementation, we will need the staff, me and other people like me that are jobless or wanted to go to foreign countries to make better life or find a job. We will have the job. It's a kind of job creation or job security. If the people have the job security, it will be very good. If we have no stress, we will educate well. I have work well. I do my works well. My children study well, and many other people like this. But from other side, if the Taliban join with the government with their own power that have currently and their mind that had before, it will be very difficult. It will be very difficult for me and other people like me, in my idea. May or may not, I'm right. Because on that time that Emirat Islami was in the in Afghanistan, their mind was very close. They was against every new technology. Just they are focusing on the Sharia Islami and religious issues. No human rights, mainly women rights that I'm not talking about, and they focus it to only to Sharia Islami. Although on that time was the security situation was very good. There were not robber, thieves, and other criminals. But currently, we need anything. Like example, we need professors, we need good teachers, we need doctors, technologies, specialists in different sectors, not only in Sharia Islami and religious subjects. If the Taliban change the schools to madrasas, it is difficult for my children for studying. If the Taliban increasing the Sharia Islami and religious subjects and remove the other subjects that is needs to study by the students, it would be difficult. If we have no any other development projects, we will not have the job security and many other issues like this. Generally, when I'm thinking, I'm in the middle of the way. Optimistic for peace, pessimistic for peace. In the first explanation that I had, I'm very optimistic and I will have a very good life. But the other hand, the second explanation that I had, it will be very difficult to do my job properly, to live, to have my freedom, and to do the activities that I want. If I cannot, or if I not be able to do my activities based on my opinion and based on my abilities, and anyone control me, it will be not very good. Hopefully we have the peace in Afghanistan after this peace talking process with the situation that I explained in the first explanation. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you to our three speakers. So as I stated before, the speakers are all live on the call and we use the pre-recorded videos simply due to internet connectivity. So now you're going to have the opportunity to directly interact with the speakers and with other participants. We're going to break into breakout rooms. So there are 3 rooms. Each will have one of the speakers as well as a Rotary Peace Fellow discussion facilitator. So our 3 facilitators are Andrew Stone, Rukmini Ayer, and Saloni Lakia, and they will introduce themselves in the breakout rooms and help you interact with the speakers to discuss all of the important issues that they raised. And I just want to mention, I see a lot of really great connectivity happening in the chat box with people connecting, exchanging contact information to potentially work on projects or discuss issues further. So please make use of the chat box to connect with your other participants and to exchange any contact information if necessary, because we at the Alumni Association were not able to directly provide contact information for anyone. So make sure that you get that information if you want to connect with someone after this event. So now we will go into the 30-minute breakout sessions where you will be able to interact with the speakers and with each other in a more intimate way. So please accept the invitation and you will go into the breakout session where you'll have 30 minutes to talk and to discuss before we come back into the main room for final remarks from Savinch and Rahim. Mm-hmm. And now I'd like to reintroduce Savinch Demirci and Fahim Rahimi to give our final remarks, closing comments from our speakers. Thank you.
Maybe I can start it. I like to know for 3 speakers, do they have any comments, any last words based on their connection? Please feel free.
Thank you, dear Saving. Thank you so much.
Mr. Fahim and Mr. Mahmoud Ashraf. do you have any last comment or last word?
Okay, thank you so much. It was a wonderful session in the breakout room, and I hope I answer all the questions accordingly.
Okay, thank you. I have no any comment right now, but I apologize again for this connection many times because I'm participating from Takhar province of Afghanistan, northern province of Afghanistan.
Okay, now Mr. Fahim Rahimi and myself, Sevinç Demirci, we are going to, the closing remarks. And before moving to Mr. Fahimi, I just give the, the closing wrap up. So the intra-Afghan peace talk started 12th September. And then both sides, they have been willing to, continue the peace talk. There is, of course, the violence is continue from some part of the Afghanistan, but like the government peace had announced that the peace talk takes time, and also we have to be patient. And some of the women NGOs and women in the Doha, based on their experience, they are saying that the gate, the Doha is a gate of the peace talk. The main peace talk will be in the Kabul and intra-Afghan, and then the main issue is political peace will be at the Doha, but the social peace and maintaining peace will be in Kabul. Like Mr. Fahim Rahimi also mentioned that the maintaining the peace takes time. So of course, neighboring countries and international media are in the very positive side, and they are encouraging for that peace talk. We will see. So now I'd like to give the floor for Mr. Fahim Rahimi for the last closing remarks. Thank you, Fahim.
Okay, thank you so much. First of all, I would like to thank all the volunteers who made it possible. And then I would like to thank all the participants who patiently listened to us. Actually, a country where 4 decades war is going on, bringing peace is not possible in couple of months. And we Afghans are very hopeful for the peace talk going on nowadays in Doha. However, there might be some concerns, and these concerns might take up an important part as well. But still, all Afghans, they want peace. Only a few people who they see their interest in war may not be want peace, but in a large amount, in a large scale, we can see that people are very hopeful for peace and bringing peace, and their mind have been changed. And when it comes to the education sector nowadays, millions of ladies go to schools beside of boys, and I'm so hopeful after 5 or 10 years there will be positive peace inside Afghanistan. However, half of the population live below the poverty line, but it might change once peace comes. When security is there, there might be investment. There might because nowadays the investor don't want to invest inside Afghanistan because of the security reason. And when there is security, there might be investment, and when there is investment, there is development, and when there is development, there is peace. So I'm so hopeful, and as Pooja mentioned in this chat room as well, we all should pray for peace And I will request you all, if you can contribute to peace process in Afghanistan in any way, I will I will be so happy to take part in that process, and I request you to take part in this peace process and made it possible. Thank you all.
So I'm sorry, I'm just talking without taking your permission. So if you're ready, I would like to just to, since I'm a trainer of heartfulness, and if we just give some intentions, good intentions for peace, taking just visualizing Afghanistan in front of us and all the our dear brothers and sisters out there. I'm really touched to see with all of you hearing about Afghanistan. So there are just two lines which we pray for peace every day as volunteers. Also, we are also volunteers, and we give our services free of charge to anyone across the world. But silently, we always do a prayer for peace. So if you would want to follow that, is just a prayerful suggestion. If all of you are ready, I can just say that, and with all your eyes closed together, we can just visualize Afghanistan, and I'm sure our prayers will start reaching over there, and something on a deeper level will start moving. So that's just my request to all of you.
Okay, thank you so much, Pooja, for that request. Thank you. So do you want us like a 1 minute or?
Yeah. So you can close your eyes and I'll just guide you through the process. More important is all of you have that pure intention inside you, that peace should prevail there. So taking all of us, when we do it together as a collective activity, I'm sure something will change, start changing over there. So let's all of us do this together. Yes.
Okay, please do read this. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So let's all close our eyes. What I'll do is I'll just take you through a bit of a short relaxation, which will relax your body and mind. And then we'll tune into our hearts. And from there, we will say the prayer. And I'm sure it will reach. It's very short. We just need your participation. So let's all close our eyes very softly and very gently. I want you to bring your attention to your toes. Feel them relax completely. Very slowly, let's move upward to your knees, your thighs, your waist. As the healing energy from Mother Earth is moving upward, your entire body is feeling relaxed. It moves on to your lower back, to your upper back. Relaxing it completely. Then to your stomach, slowly to your chest. Wherever it's moving, all the body parts are getting relaxed completely. Then to your shoulders, upper arms, elbows, wrist, palm, and fingers. All are getting deeply relaxed. Then to your neck muscles, and then to your face, your chin, nose, mouth, eyes, ears, forehead, all are deeply relaxed. Then to the top of your head, and then to the back of your head. Feel your entire body relax completely. Feel your mind relax completely. And slowly and gently, let's bring our attention to our heart. And let's connect to our heart. And from there, as a collective group, let us all bring this intention for all the brothers and sisters of ours in Afghanistan. Let me all the brothers and sisters develop peace, love, and devotion. And that real faith is growing stronger in them. Let us just open our hearts and let the love from our hearts flow to all the brothers and sisters over there. And may they also experience this. So very slowly and gently, let us now open our eyes. Thank you all for joining.
Thank you, Bojan. Thank you so much. Now, for the closing section, I'd like to give the floor for the Ms. Florence Maher.
Oh, thank you, Savinch, for organizing this event. And thank you to Pooja for that wonderful exercise, which I think really set the tone and said more through the listening than I can say here. And I think that's what I want to emphasize is the purpose of this event and others that we have done in this Bearing Witness series is that listening is the first and most important part of any actions that we take. And we need to listen to the people who are living these experiences and understanding what their actions and motivations and intentions are, and that any actions that we take need to be informed by listening to those for whom this is the reality. So that is the purpose of this, is to listen and to recognize that listening is the most important action that we can take and the foundation for everything else. And I want to thank our speakers for giving us the opportunity to listen and to learn, and to Savinch Demirci for organizing this event, and also to the Rotary Peace Fellows who volunteered today, and to the participants who came here online, on Zoom, on a Saturday to give the time and energy to try and open their hearts and to understand and to learn more about the situation. So I have posted some information in the chat box about the Rotary Peace Fellow Alumni Association, about a post-event survey, which we hope you may take a moment to fill out, and about an upcoming event. So again, I just want to say thank you for coming today, and please go forward with an open and listening heart. So thank you. So that now officially closes the event. So
okay,
you want
thank
to
you. Can we leave now? Leave the meeting?
Feel free, but the event is now officially closed. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you, everyone. Nice meeting everyone. Thank you.